The question has to do with population. So much of what we've talked about with lack of whether it's food, water, land, etc., and the solutions that we've provided and shared today, he said, but unfortunately this week he hasn't heard anybody talk about the issue of the exploding population that is ravaging the resources we have on planet Earth.
A very quick response. I have a book called Earth Democracy, in which I have a whole section on that issue. The data is very clear. 20% of the human population is not just using 80% of this Earth's resources, but that style of consumption now requires 5 additional planets. And we don't have them. Yes, they are large numbers, but they are not the cause, they are a consequence of injustice. Because as a book, a very famous book on population, it was based on Punjab, and Mahmood Mamdani has done this book, and he did interviews, it was on population, and he asked the poor landless peasant, he said, why do you have so many children? And he says, the landlord can buy the next tractor, I can only have the next kid. And that's why the separation and the alienation and the dispossession of the poor from their land, from their soil, is what is leading to the increase in numbers as a security, especially when for the poor, you're not sure if you will have children who will survive. So instead of 4, you have 5. And it's a complicated issue, but I would just say, I think at the root of what's called the population problem, instead of seeing it as static, seeing it as a consequence of injustice, of non-sustainability, and the violence. The only state in India which has declined population is the state of Kerala, where they gave rights to the land on which your hut was built to the poorest. There's universal education and there's universal healthcare. And it's 100% literacy. But that little bit of land changed everything. When you had that security, you did not need that extra kid. And so our relationship with the earth and a healing of the earth and justice in our sharing the gifts of the earth is the best population control measure.
We have heard the call loudly, passionately, and clearly to return to the highest and the deepest truths of our own hearts, of our souls, and the truths of our faiths and religious traditions. Truths of oneness, truths of unity, truths of love, and truths of the power and the responsibility that every one of us has to be a custodian of the sacred Mother Earth. Now is the time for us to take that call from these halls out into the streets, into our places of worship, into our education systems, into our workplaces, into our restaurants, into our kitchens, into our homes and our lives, and be that love, be that oneness, be that unity, be that truth of the power to make a difference with every moment, every minute, every word, every choice, and every bite. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. Puja Swamiji said, let us all raise our hands together again. In our collective prayer for all of our neighbors, of every country of every corner of the earth, of every species, those living today, those living tomorrow. But not only a prayer, a pledge that we will live, we will act, we will speak, we will shop, we will eat, we will choose in a way that remembers that they are our neighbors. They are our selves. They are the divine embodied on planet Earth. Thank you.
Thank you.